You don't have anything to be ashamed of, beloved, because you, like most along this path, never come to realize the true depth of your power. You don't understand the magnitude of importance of your assignment. Wherever you are, wherever you're placed, wherever you're divinely led, is for a reason. Most chosen people don't find a home or truly settle down because they've been made to move place to place. Most have issues finding true love because they're meant to come into contact with several people. Relationships keep you down. They hold you back. They drain you. They mislead you. They redirect you off your path. They destroy you, for the most part. You often find yourself alone, in pain, full of shame, full of guilt, and mostly because you end up feeling robbed. You end up feeling bamboozled. You end up feeling used. You end up feeling cheated. You invest so much into people from the start. No matter how many times you hurt, how many failed relationships you had, you still go into the next one heart open, heart exposed, no hesitation, just all in. You're not afraid of being open. You aren't afraid of being naked. You're full of so much love, so much compassion that you have to pour it. You have to share it. You have to express it before you explode. You know, shame has been on my mind this week. I battled with this myself in the beginning of my journey because I felt I had given myself intimately to the wrong people, undeserving people, selfish individuals, and it seems I always realized it too late. It's a known fact that those who are highly empathic, highly intuitive, highly emotionally intelligent, those who feel everything are often the ones who struggle most with lust. And I'm not talking about the pornified, surface level lust we joke about today. I'm talking about that deep, bone level craving for a real connection, for touch, for soul merging, for that primal feeling of being seen, of being felt, and known all the way down. That hunger that starts in your chest and works its way down to your gut, to your thighs, and through your teeth. The aches that keeps you up at night. That one that never really goes away, no matter how many bodies you tangled up with. And I want to get something straight. Hypersexuality is not always about sex. Most people will never understand that. For the chosen, for the deeply sensitive, sex is almost never just about sex. It's about relief. It's about escape. It's about finding the portal out of your own mind, out of your own pain, even just for a few minutes. It's about trying to fill a void that the world put in you but never taught you how to feel. You learn early on that your body is currency, not just in the obvious ways, not just in the way men look at you or women envy you or the way people talk about you behind your back. No. I mean in the way people want to siphon your energy, your softness, your warmth, your presence. You are a well that never seems to run dry until you do. Until you hit that wall where you realize you've given so much, you barely recognize yourself in the mirror. People will say, just love yourself more. I mean, sure. But what if love for you is a verb that only makes sense when it's poured into someone else? What if the giving is the only way you know how to feel whole? What if your lust is just another form of your love? Wild, unruly, desperate to be witnessed, desperate to be returned. They don't tell you that the more open your heart, the more dangerous the world feels. They don't tell you that when you're a channel for the divine, you're also a magnet for every lost, hungry, broken soul who thinks you might be the one to save them. And you try. God, do you try? You wear yourself out trying to heal people who only ever wanted to take from you. You let them in. You let them lay with you, thinking maybe if you just love them hard enough, they'll finally see you. But they never do. Not really. They see the reflection of themselves in your eyes, and when they can't handle what they see, they leave you emptier than before. That's the real shame. Not the bodies, not the sex, not the nights you spent giving yourself away. The real shame is in the silence that comes after. The quiet, the self-interrogation, the why did I do that again? The what the fuck is wrong with me? The why can't I just be normal? Why can't I just want less? Now, let me tell you something. This is not a flaw. No matter how it may feel, this is not a curse. This is what it means to live with your heart outside of your body. This is what it means to carry the divine feminine in its rawest, wildest form. The world has always tried to tame women like you. The world has always tried to put you in a box, slap a label on your hunger, call you names, shame you into submission. But the divine feminine was never meant to be tamed. She's a storm, a wildfire, a tidal wave. She's the original wound and the only cure. You struggle with lust because your energy was never meant for just one person, not in the way that the world tries to force it. You are made to flow, to move, to touch and be touched, to experience the full spectrum of connection, not just the safe, sanitized, socially acceptable kind. You were made to know yourself through other people, to taste divinity in the messiest, most human ways. People say you just have to find balance. You just need to call in your divine masculine, create boundaries, structure, discipline, blah, blah. I mean, sure. But they don't tell you how impossible that feels when every cell in your body is screaming for release. When your soul is starving for something it can't even name. When your lust isn't just about sex, but about wanting to be consumed and to consume, to lose yourself and find yourself at the exact same time. Now let's talk about trauma. Let's talk about survival. Let's talk about the ways we learn to use our bodies as shields and weapons, as bargaining chips and life rafts. Let's talk about the way we confuse desire with danger, the way we run towards the fire because the cold is just too much to bear. Hypersexuality is often a trauma response. It's a way to feel powerful when you feel powerless. It's a way to reclaim ownership of a body that was never truly yours. Not in childhood, not in adolescence, not ever. It's a way to say, if I can't be loved for who I am, maybe I'll be wanted for what I can give. It's a negotiation. It's a compromise. It's fucking survival. But it's not the end of the story. Because the truth is, your hunger is sacred. Your longing is holy. Your ache, that's proof that you're alive, that you haven't been destroyed by this world, no matter how hard it tried. The work is not to kill your lust, not to shame it into silence, but to understand it, to listen to it, to let it show you where you still need healing, where you still need to forgive yourself, where you still need to remember who you were before the world told you what you had to be. Beautiful soul, you are not too much. You have never been too much. If anything, you have been too little for yourself. You are not here to be contained. You are not here to fit into someone else's idea of enough. You are not here to be easy, to be safe, to be palatable. You are here to be a force. You are here to be the proof that love is messy, that divinity is raw, that healing is never linear. You will keep loving, keep wanting, keep feeling. You will keep getting it wrong sometimes. You will keep giving too much sometimes. You will keep mistaking sex for love sometimes. That's part of the assignment. That's part of the lesson. But every time you get up, every time you choose to keep your heart open, every time you refuse to let shame win, you claim a little more of your power back. You remember a little more of who you are. So beautiful, wherever you are, wherever you're hurting, wherever you feel like you're failing, know this: you are not alone. Your story is not over. Your hunger is not a problem to be solved. Your lust is not a sin to be repented for. It's a compass. It's a teacher. It's the divine feminine calling you home. Maybe you'll never find the kind of love that pins you down, tucks you in, makes you feel safe every single night. Maybe you're not meant to. Maybe your soul signed up for the something wilder, something lonelier, something truer. Maybe you're here to keep moving, to keep loving, to keep breaking open so the light can get in. And if that's the case, let yourself ache. Let yourself want. Let yourself burn. And don't ever apologize for it. You don't have anything to be ashamed of. You are the storm and the shelter, the wound and the healer, the fire and the water. You are the fucking assignment. You are the lesson. You are the trigger. You are the portal. The actions of your past, the sharing of your love was meant to be what it was. While you were healing partners, providing clarity, opening heart chakras, dismantling demons with your juices, you were learning lessons, discovering your worth, strengthening your weakness. At first glance at your past, it would appear to be an uneven trade, but you reclaim your power over situations by viewing it for what it was: a sacred exchange. Not always fair, not always clean, but always faded. You were never just giving yourself away. You were transmuting pain, yours and theirs. You were the catalyst for their awakening, the mirror for their shadow, the spark that burned away some small corner of their numbness. You cracked them open, even if they never thanked you for it, even if they never stayed. Now let's be clear, this does not mean you were meant to be used up. This doesn't mean you deserve the heartbreak or that your wounds are proof of your value. You don't have to romanticize your suffering, but you can honor the fact that yes, you were the lesson. Again, the trigger, the portal. You walked into every room, every bed, every conversation, and you shifted the fucking energy. You woke people up. You broke people open. And you did it as you was breaking and waking and opening yourself. Every time you poured yourself into someone, it was a kind of alchemy. You just didn't heal partners, you exposed their truth. Sometimes they recoiled. Sometimes they raged. Sometimes they ran. Hell, sometimes you did too. But every time, every goddamn time, you left a mark. Believe that. And you learned. You learned what it meant to be the medicine and the wound all at once. And don't think for a second that you are ruined. You are not ruined by this. You are refined. You are not dirty. You are dangerous in a holy way. You are not empty. You are overflowing, even when you feel like you're scraping the bottom of the barrel. You are not a dumping ground for other people's pain. You are a forge. You turn heartbreak into wisdom. You turn longing into art. Here's the secret nobody tells you. Portals don't lead anywhere if they stay closed. Triggers don't work if nothing is inside you to explode. Lessons aren't learned in the safety of comfort. Once again, you are the storm that makes things grow. You are the breaking point that lets light in. You are the reason some people will never be the same again, and that includes yourself. So when you look back, when the shame tries to creep in, when you wonder if you wasted your body, your time, your heart, remember, you are the assignment. You were the lesson, you were the trigger, you were the portal. And every single encounter, every heartbreak, every wild night and raw morning was another step in your own awakening. You don't have to regret what you gave. You don't have to apologize for who you became. The divine feminine is not neat. She's not demure. She's not here to make everyone comfortable. She loves. She leaves. She lingers in the bones of those who try to contain her, and then she moves on. Wiser, wilder, softer, and harder at the same time. This is your permission slip to let go of the shame, to see your past for what it is. Sacred chaos, divine disruption, healing by fire. This is your reminder that you are not just the sum of people you've touched, but the sum of every lesson you've learned, every boundary you've built, every piece of yourself you reclaimed. You are not here to be owned. You are not here to be understood by everyone. You are here to be experienced, to be felt, to be remembered. And before we close, I want you to give yourself a moment if you can. I want you to put your hand on your chest or on your belly or wherever you feel that ache, that hunger, that shame, that longing. And I don't want you to flinch away from it. Don't try to hide it or stuff it down. Just be with it. And I want you to take a breath, a deep and slow breath. I want you to inhale through your nose. And as you're pulling the whole world into your body, I want you to hold it. Let it stretch you open. And then I want you to exhale, baby. Exhale through your mouth, slow and steady, letting something go with it. And then I want you to do it again and again and again. I want you to do that as many times as you need to. Now I want you to say this out loud if you can. If not, just repeat it in your head. But one, I forgive myself for everything I didn't know. I forgive myself for who I was when I was hurting. I forgive myself for what I gave away and for what I kept locked up. I forgive myself for wanting too much, for loving too hard, for trusting before I had proof. I forgive myself for becoming the assignment, the lesson, the trigger, the portal, even when I didn't ask for it. I forgive myself for surviving by any means necessary. I honor my hunger. I honor my ache. I honor my story. I honor the divine in me, the storm, the shelter, the wound, the healer. I am not ashamed. I am not broken. I am still becoming. Now let those words settle in. Let them sink all the way in. You don't have to believe every line right now, but if you say it enough, eventually your bones will remember for you. Now, one more time, hand on your heart, breathe deep, eyes closed. I am the assignment. I am the lesson. I am the trigger. I am the portal. And I am enough. Carry this with you, chosen one. The world will always try to make you forget, but you can always come back here. You can always come back to yourself. And when that shame creeps in, when the hunger roars, when the loneliness bites, remember you are not alone. You are not wrong. You are not too much. You are proof that the divine never stopped creating. Now, thank you for being here. Thank you for surviving. Thank you for still loving. Now, until next time, I want you to take up space. Take up time. Take up your whole damn life. Now, as always, family, I love you, but God loves you more. And go pray. And I'm going to holler at you next week.